Hello everyone, Caroline Schaefer here, your host for the ARRAYdio podcast. Today my guest is Ferris, and Casey is really making a name for herself in the Hope Mills community, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Now Casey is not just passionate about her community, but about the small businesses within her community. And her mantra that she lives by is, when my community succeeds, I succeed. Now her passion to small businesses, well, pre-COVID times, she had a networking group that met twice a month at a restaurant called Bubba's. And during that time, she would work with small businesses to teach them different marketing skills and other ways to grow their business. Now here's the announcement. Casey is now the Hope Mills Chamber of Commerce president. That's right, she is. And she'll tell you all about that and all the wonderful things that she plans on doing, not just with the community of Hope Mills, but Cumberland County and the connections that she wants to help small businesses around here make. Now, time for my interview with the amazing Casey Ferris. Hey everybody, I have Casey with me. Casey, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. So I would love to hear how you ended up in North Carolina. Were you born here? What's your story?
So I'm originally from Wisconsin. And when I was 15, we helped my aunt move down to be closer to my grandparents because they moved up from Florida. And when we came down and we visited, my mom fell in love. And she was an RN. And so she applied for a position at ARRAYdio Memorial in Statesville, and she got the job. So it was at the end of my 9th grade year was when she got that job. So we moved down. I was actually a month late starting school because I was on a missions trip to Mexico with my church from Wisconsin still. But so we moved to the western part of the state, Taylorsville, when I was 15. I went back to Wisconsin for a little bit for college when I was in my early 20s, and then moved back down here about 4 years later. To the Fayetteville area. So I've been in the Fayetteville area for about 7 years now. And we moved to Hope Mills about 3 years ago.
Okay. And I know that you have your own business. You're an entrepreneur, and then you also work. I think you sleep, which is on Sundays. Is that when you sleep?
No,
6 other days a week.
No, I just make sure to prioritize my commitments really well. And I also am really good about finding things that I can do that kind of overlap with the skill set that I already have. So, when I own a marketing company and I'm the marketing director for UTech, and I do the chamber's marketing, and then I do classes on marketing, so I just kind of use my skill set to try and do as much as I can to help out as much as I can.
So yeah, Casey, you brought up the Hope Mills Chamber of Commerce, which is why we're here. I mean, people don't really know that, but now I'm telling them. So tell me all about that. What has happened with you with Hope Mills Chamber of Commerce?
Well, 2 years ago, I took the position of vice president, and over the last 3 months, I've been acting as interim president. Yesterday was our official ballot collecting and vote getting and all of that fun stuff. And so I believe at 5 o'clock today at our board meeting, it will be official. And so I will officially be the president for the Hope Mills Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm really excited about it.
Yay for you. Yay. So what's your biggest goal as the Hope Mills Chamber president? And do you get a crown? What happens there?
No crown, unfortunately. But if you want to hum "Hail to the Chief" as I walk by, that's fine. No. Part of the board's biggest goals for the next year, 2 years, is really to increase the amount of community involvement that the chamber has. We are working really hard, really diligently on expanding all of the things that we have to offer for our members, as well as reaching out to them. If you have an event going on, if you've got something that needs a sponsorship, even if you just need us to get that information to the right people, that's what we're trying to do. We're working a lot closer with the town of Hope Mills to try and make sure that we are aware of what is going on. We're aware of the issues. We can take a stance for our business owners and make sure that we really advocate for the economic growth and community involvement that the chamber should have in Hope Mills. So that's really our big goal for the next 2 years. We've already got quite a few events in place for the next several months. We've done a lot of partnering already. We partnered with Array, and so we're really working on, I know, I'm excited about it, on getting our events and our information and our members out there in any way that we can. We're working on getting a partnership established with some of the local radio stations and the Fayetteville Chamber, possibly just to try and make it better for all of our members.
Well, you mentioned events coming up, so I hope we're on the tail end of the mask wearing and the COVID. I don't know. What are you guys doing for that, for the events? Because it is so nice to have social events like the one yesterday and to be around people again. But I know people are going to ask, so I just thought I would ask the question of what kind of precautions or steps are you all taking for that?
So the precautions that we are taking is we are wearing masks when we are in a large group of people. We do a lot of luncheons and a lot of breakfasts and things along those lines. So when you're sitting down, in that situation, the masks come off. But we are trying to be more conscious of that. Our luncheon last month, we had it out at Dirtbag, so that way we could have the space outside to socially distance, and the people, could wear the masks when they weren't eating, and things along those lines, so that we can try and ensure that all of those guidelines are upheld. We don't want anybody, coming to the luncheon and having an outbreak of COVID or, things along those lines. But we do want to try and get back into the swing of things and start having networking opportunities for our members. Coming up, our next event is actually our banquet, where you guys get to find out about the rest of the board, and we will present those as well. And that is going to be the 22nd. It's a Thursday at 7 p.m. It's going to be at VFW Post 670, which is on Doc Bennett Road. And our theme, we did a little nod. The town of Hope Mills is turning 130 this year. So we decided to jump on board with their 130th birthday celebration and do a throwback to 130 years ago. Now that kind of puts you in the Victorian era, but, Western, country, cowboy, frontier kind of thing. I mean, if you've got jeans and a flannel, you'll fit in and it'll be great. We're going to have a fun fundraiser that we do while we're there. There is going to be a full bar. There's pool tables. We're going to do karaoke, and Chef Glenn will be catering. So it'll be fun. It'll be a good night.
I love karaoke a lot. I'm excited about dressing up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to have to Google that because, but the karaoke and Chef Glenn, that's going to be amazing. So now that you've enticed that, I was getting ready to ask why join the chamber, but I think you've just kind of told me. But what are some other reasons that a business would want to join a chamber besides all the fun and social stuff you do?
Well, so one of the big reasons is all of the social stuff that we do. A lot of people seem to think that everything is online. Everything can be done online. It's 2021. Well, given my job, if anybody was going to say, everything can be done online, I'd be the person to say that. Google Ads is where it's at, social media marketing, I got you all day long. But there is nothing that can take the place of sitting down with someone and actually getting to know them and having a conversation with them and being able to utilize that connection down the road, which is, it's amazing the amount of networking and connections and business connections that are made at these networking events. Just to give you an example, at our Dirtbag luncheon that we had in March, we sat down with the owner of Zaxby's, who agreed to do our Lunch on Us for the month of April. I was able to talk to Roof Mentors a little bit and got them, they're actually coming out to give an estimate at UTech, which is where I work as the marketing director for our roof. And so it's just this great circular, scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing. At least for myself, whenever I need something done, I'm going to go to the pool of chamber members first and foremost. Because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of joining the chamber, is so that you've got your network of like-minded business individuals who've got your back and who want to be there to support you. And that's really what we want to do.
it sounds like you have a big plan, and I love that you said if anybody would understand how the internet works in regards to, getting your company out there, you definitely do. And then you also understand the human aspect and the connection of both of those. So you guys have a board, and I guess the board helps with all that connection and getting you out there and making all of these happen. What is that like, and what's it going to be like for you working with them or working closer with them than you did as the vice president?
Well, our board is fantastic. Let me just put that out there. We have got some of the best people in Hope Mills. Well, maybe some of them. I didn't say all of them, so I'm not excluding all of the other awesome people. But Chanel Jones is our liaison with the town, and she's been on our board for 3 years now at this point. She is an event planner by trade, so she does the special events for the town of Hope Mills. So really having that connection, having someone who can be there to tell you, hey, you forgot to think about this. Things that I wouldn't think of, things that nobody else would think of, like, oh yeah, we made sure that there were tables here, but did you get chairs and plateware? All the little details. She's great for those. She's great for decorating ideas, and she's fantastic for keeping us informed about what the town has got going on that we need to get involved with. And she's really good about pushing us to get more involved with what the town has got going on. Carsey Lowe she's going to be our vice president. And she is the marketing manager for Bubba's 33. She is out and about in the community more than I could ever be, more than I even was before. And she's constantly going and networking, and she knows everybody. She sees everybody on a regular basis, and she really makes sure to put us out there and to talk to people about what the chamber's got going on and why they should get on board. She's always there to lend a hand. She's at almost all of our events. We've got Grilly Mitchell, who is on our board, and he's also very involved with the VFW and has been very instrumental in helping us partner with the VFW for some of our events. And, it's Fayetteville, it's Hope Mills, it's a military town. We really need to make sure that our relationship with the veterans is what it needs to be and give them the respect and honor that's their due. Our new treasurer actually has an accounting degree. So that's going to be fantastic to help with our books. And QuickBooks is something that's not even in my realm of, I can open it. That's where I am at with that. So we really have got some key players that are in place. Connie Rushing with Bath Snob is on our board, and she has got some of the greatest ideas for events and things like that we need to do. She's really great about kind of keeping us grounded and making sure that we're looking at all of the aspects. Nolan Clark is the owner of Roof Mentors, and he is the best as far as, hey, I need this done. Can you get this done right now? And I'm not saying that all he's good for is muscle, but it's awesome having someone who owns a roofing company, so they've got the manpower, they've got the trucks, they've got the hey, can you come grab this? Can you haul this? Can you and as far as like showing up to events and bringing out his entire staff, he's fantastic. I'm trying to think. We've also got Joe Shepard, who is on our board, and he owns a computer repair service in Hope Mills. So anytime there's a computer issue or anything like that, we've got a call right there. Anytime we've got a new member who needs help with any of the things that I just mentioned, it's great to be able to just message the board and have someone message back that has the answer, that has the solution, that can, or point me in the right direction, or, things along those lines. And we really have got it in place. We still have a couple of openings for our board. So we are going to be filling those spots, but all I see is a bright future and an even better board that works even harder for the good of the chamber and the good of Hope Mills. And that's really the important thing, is that everybody on our board, despite everything else that they bring to the table, they have a passion to see Hope Mills and the Hope Mills area succeed.
those are the board members that are currently in place, so didn't have to have a runoff or anything. And is there just one position that had to have that you will be announcing on the 22nd, the winner?
We will be announcing the winner of the secretary position at our banquet on the 22nd. So we only had one nominee for president, vice president, and treasurer. And so it's really the secretary position that everybody's biting their nails about, that we've got to reveal. The remainder of the board, we're kind of shuffling the current board around a little bit. And so once we figure out, okay, this seat is filled, we've got this here, then we'll know. But I think we've got it's either 2 or 3 open seats on the board.
So what would someone need to do if they lived in the Hope Mills community and they were interested in being a part of the board?
Reach out to us. We make it really easy. You can call and leave a voicemail. You can email us. You can Facebook us. There's 3 different people on our board that have access to the Facebook page. Anybody who goes into the chamber office, can check the email. We do have our treasurer who is volunteering in the office right now. So she's going to be there Monday through Friday, 10 to 2, for people to stop by and chat with her and, things along those natures, get everything lined up how we need it to be so that we can really hit the ground running. But yeah, just reach out to us and tell us, what is it that interests you about the Chamber of Commerce? What can you bring to the table? Why do you feel that you can make a difference? And really, how are you going to make that difference? Nothing is worse than someone giving you a laundry list of things that you need to change or that need to be changed, and then, okay, bye.
So I think it's important, too, that people know, because I didn't know this until yesterday, you guys are all volunteers. Is that true?
Yes, that's correct. The only paid position is the administrative assistant position, or the secretary position for the person who works in the chamber. Our treasurer is doing it on a volunteer basis right now, but the plan is to hire for that position. But yeah, everyone else is strictly on a volunteer basis.
I love that. This really shows the heart each of you has for the Hope Mills community. I really appreciate you sharing all of this, because I've learned a lot that I didn't know, and I'm really wishing I hadn't missed the Dirtbag Ales event, but now I know. And I thank you for taking the time to talk to me and talk to everyone and share the information. And congratulations, Madam President. Yeah, I will salute you next time I see you.
Thank you. I really appreciate, you taking the time to sit down and chat with me today so that we can kind of get this information out there. I've always had an issue with people who complain and then don't do anything about it. I live in Hope Mills. My girls go to school in Hope Mills. I work right outside of Hope Mills. Everything that we do, we live and we eat and we play in Hope Mills. So the more that we can do, that I can do to help Hope Mills succeed, the more I succeed, the more my family succeeds, the better I am at my job. And it really is just a circular kind of giving. And I'm not going to sit by and complain without trying to do something to change it.
There you go. Yay. That's a great inauguration speech right there, Casey.
Thank you. Vote for me. Wait, you have to. Okay.
You did. That's right. That's already done. So I will have all of the links and everything posted in the comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me for this week's ARRAYdio podcast. I'd love to have you join me every week, so make sure and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Also, just a quick reminder that all the information shared here is the property of Array Publishing and Marketing, LLC. Always affordable, always positive, and always community-minded. See you next time.